Alright, yeah, and welcome to This War of Mine with the Little Ones DLC. So, there's a little backlog for those who don't really know what this game is. It's a survival strategy game, really. You spend time with a group of civilians who have their own special little abilities, and you're essentially attempting to survive for the duration of the war that's going on. So in the daytime, you'll spend crafting and improving your base, and then during the night time, we'll be scavenging for the next day and trying to survive that way. You may have noticed it says continue. I did just boot it up to make sure it works, but I haven't really played it. So without further ado though, let's get in, shall we? Let's do another try. And it looks like these are going to be our survivors. Actually, we'll just press random. That'll be a lot better. So we get a random start of different civilians who might have their own little abilities. And I think with the Little Ones DLC, you start with children as well. I have no idea what they do, if they do anything at all. They may just be a resource drainer, I'm not sure. But this is our base. We'll be spending a fair amount of time here. And these are our friends down here. So we have 3 civilians at the moment. I'm not sure who they are or what they do, but we're going to find out. Alright. How long has this siege lasted? It's hard to say when every day is a struggle for survival. The city is crawling with snipers. Shelling is ordinary business almost every night. Phones don't work, there is a shortage of food and meds, and many people are left homeless. Bruno and Mark have always been good friends. So when the war broke out, they decided to stick together. They met Pavel while scavenging for supplies. He used to be Pogoren's star football player. Now he's just another homeless victim of war. So they teamed up, hoping for the best. Awesome. So we've got a variety of jobs to do throughout the day, including scavenging in our own base. So you are Bruno. So I'm going to get you to start clearing up that debris so that you can get to this spot here. I think this place generates its own rubble and loot differently every time. So we want to make sure we go up there. You can double click to make these guys run. In fact, might as well. No reason not to. So he's cleared that away. We've actually found some stuff. So we'll grab all of it because it goes straight into our personal supplies. Can't force it open with tools. Okay. So we can't get in there because it's locked. So we're going to need another way to... you go search that for me, please. We're going to need a way to get in there. Either a crowbar or a key or a lockpick, that kind of thing. So we'll grab all that. You're going to go up there. And we'll get you to start pulling down those barricades. So you're a skilled scavenger. You are a good cook who's slightly sick. Oops, some more stuff. We'll go into detail about this stuff later on. And you're a fast runner, but you're slightly wounded. Okay, well, you go up there. You go clear that out. If you're a skilled scavenger, does that mean, yeah, you do this really fast? Okay. So we've got some components and wood and stuff like that. Cool. At least it's warm, you're not wrong. Grab all. Right, it looks like Marco is going to be the person we send out at night, because he's getting lots done really quickly. I mean, these guys have only just cleared rubble, and he's done like 3 at a time. So you've cleared that way, and we're allowed in there. Could force the lock if only you had tools, so we can't get in there. You stop, and we'll get Marco to do it, because he does it a lot quicker. Or at least I thought he did. Apparently not. So, this is our crafting bench. So we can start crafting some stuff up, hopefully. I think we're essentially done other than that. So, let's make ourselves a bed. Where do we want to put it? Suppose we'll stick it right there. You want to be quite efficient with what you do here. I'd love to put them down in the basement. since you want to keep stuff together. But we'll get him to do that. We're about halfway through our day now. Then when it hits night time, we will have to go out. As you can see here, we have our medicine from our medicine cabinet and our food storage as well. So actually, you want to make a stove so we can start cooking food. With a stove we can, that's the one, crude stove. Make. With this we can refine our food a little bit better and get more use out of it, which is going to be very handy in the future. So we've made a bed. I'm not sure if there's anything else we want to make just yet. Let's see. We have a chair. A simple heater. We're at an alright temperature, I think. So we're alright for that. Fuel and filters. Okay. So we want to get a rainwater collector. So when we go out, we want to get some components. We want to get some wood. With a rainwater collector, we can start giving ourselves some water, obviously. And the radio, I believe, helps us to anticipate certain events happening in the future. So Marco, you get on this. You're slightly wounded, so I'll just get you to go to bed. Hopefully that helps you heal. Yeah, recovering. Cool. And then we'll open up this last chest, and that's all we can do for today. I think. Ooh, jewellery. Okay. Without resources, that is, anyway. So you can't cook because we have no food. And you're going to need some fuel. So I'll tell you what, let's make a little bit of fuel. Since we're going to be making our resources back anyway. Let's go down here. How do we make a crowbar or lockpick? I'm not sure which one you need. Marco's going to find that out for us. It's probably in the metal workshop. Allows us to make tools such as shovels for clearing rubble, crowbars for breaking doors, and knives for self-defense. Later we could build more advanced tools and repair firearms. So yeah, we need wood, components, and that's it actually. We just need wooden components. Okay. So we're essentially done. So I'll just get you to sit in the chair and we'll just end our day here. There's nothing really we can do that we're not already doing. So end the day. We hit the night and now we decide where we're going to go. This is our shelter and these are the places we can visit. As we get further into the game, more unlock, and you can see that they have different resources, and there's also a little story behind them. Some of them can be guarded by certain people as well. Some of them violent, some of them not. We're going to go for a good run as well, so we're not going to be stealing from people if we can help it. So we're going to have Marco do the scavenging, and you're going to guard, and you're going to sleep in the bed. Sleeping allows us to recover wounds and stuff like that, so we're going to have to make one of them do it at the time. And then during the day, the person who's tired will sleep, and then we can start rotating people around. So let's go to the abandoned cottage. Huge amounts of materials is pretty much what we want. A family barricaded themselves in this house, but despite their efforts, looters got inside. It's been abandoned ever since. Still, we might find some useful things that looters overlooked or left behind. Let's go. And we won't fill up any of his slots. We might, in future, want to bring a crowbar or something like that if there's a locked door. So there's plenty of reasons to come back to areas, as we'll see when we go to scavenge. So we've got to work fast because we've got less time during the night to start looking. So we'll start right here actually. Let's see. Components and wood. We don't need gunpowder. I imagine we're going to be leaving that. Oh, that indicates that there's something there. We want all the components and all the wood. What's this? A broken toy. This toy has seen better days. It's broken now, but certainly brought a lot of joy to its previous owner. It's probably useless. We'll take the gear, the parts. It's components, wood and parts. Cool. Right, so if there's someone on the other side, let's have a peek. Oh, it's just a rat. Cool. Can we get in this way? We can't. So we're going to have to go down this ladder into the basement. And let's have a look what's in here. Okay, yep, we'll grab all of that. We're about halfway full right now. We haven't found any food. Food's something we really need to find. But I'm just going to grab all until we fill up and then start managing our resources a little better. We want to make sure we unblock that doorway as well. So now we're going to be filled up. So we want to get as many components as we can. Might as well get that gear because it still finishes the stack. And then we'll do that. Right. Food, food, food. I think that's a fridge there, so we're going to go check that. Fertilizer we can't use. Books we don't want. Okay, let's open up this doorway. I have watched a little bit of a playthrough of this game, so I do know a few min-maxy strategies, but I'm not a big min-maxer, to be honest. So we're going to try do what we can. So I'm going to open this, and this one here, which is right next to the exit, I'm going to start putting excess resources into it, because it's infinite and it doesn't go away, as far as I'm aware, unless they patch that sort of thing out. So I'm going to fill some spaces up, like that, which allows us to go check some of these areas. In fact, I checked this one, didn't I? Let me have a look. Yes, I did. Cool. Right. And what's in here? We really just want food now. Food and water. There's no food and water there. What's this here? A family photo of parents and 2 daughters. Good thing the girls didn't resemble their father. He looks like a bear. Right, the fridge. Right, there we go. Full stack of food. Some vegetables. If you have meat and vegetables, you can make a more efficient meal. And sugar. Let's take a stack of sugar. Because we can. It's 10 to stack. And yet again, let's take a full stack of water. There we go. That's essentially what we want to have for the most part. We've only taken up a quarter of our night. So we'll start clearing debris. We're full on these stacks, aren't we? Yeah. Start clearing debris for the next time we come, because this is likely where we'll return the next night. And we want to be able to access as much as possible the next time we come. So we're going to make the most of our time. Tell you what, I'll speed this up, and you won't have to see it. And we've finished. So as you can see, that's actually taken up a lot of our time. That's locked. So we need a crowbar when we come back again. Or at least we need to consider bringing one. We still have a lot of stuff to take away, so... A note that says, on the first day they robbed us. 2 days later they murdered our girls. I shot every one of them, but I don't want to use the gun anymore. It's broken and buried in the backyard. The next part looks shaky. If you're reading this, don't look for me. So there's a gun in the backyard, according to that note. We'll bear that in mind. What's in here? More components, more wood. We can't really take any of it. We have a lot of what we need. So let's have a... Door's locked. So yeah, we really need to bring a crowbar next time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up the night a little bit. Did we check this bit? This bit looks a bit out of place. Maybe I didn't check it. Oh no, that's the broken gun that he was on about. So yeah, we'll take that in future. I don't think we need a pistol just yet. I'm going to take the rest of the night to start moving things over here so we can be a little bit more efficient. So let's move a couple of stacks of wood, a couple of components, like so. And then let's go to the back of the house and start bringing everything forward. Let's go up here. I think this was a spot we didn't search yet. Okay. So we'll grab all that. Take it back here. Actually, oh no, that was locked. We'll go this way. So I don't think we filled up completely, did we? Not completely, no. There we go. Efficiency is key, because if you're not efficient, then you start wasting time, and time is effort and resource intensive, and it's not something we can afford. Right, let's just move some of that. Tell you what, I'll just take it all out and then we'll decide what we're going to take when it comes to leaving. Definitely want to hold on to the food though, just in case we have to leave in a hurry. So once it hits that point there, we need to start believing. Grab all, and then go here. Grab all. AM. Yeah, right, okay. So we need to start considering what we're going to take and what we're going to leave with. So now's the time to do it. Right, okay, so let's just take all this out. We'll have a gander what we've got. So we definitely want at least a couple of stacks of components. What's herbs for? Various herbs that can be used to make herbal medications and rolled up cigarettes. We don't have a way of making that just yet, so we won't do that. We'll take a full stack of components. We'll take a full stack of sugar. We may end up using it. A full stack of water. And I think the rest we will just take some wood. I think that's what we're going to go with. Yeah. Do we want to take the vegetable? Yeah, we might as well, I think. Okay, so let's just run to the exit because we're done now. For today's episode, I think I'm going to do 2 days and nights just to get a good start on the game and really show you what the game's about. So we're on day 2 now. But in future, I think most of a day will actually come to the point of being a nice sized episode. The night was calm. Marco has been searching for supplies and has brought some things that are interesting. So that's how much we've got. Can't drag for more because we didn't get any more. So now Bruno is hungry. Everybody's hungry now. So we need to start managing who eats. And Bruno is our cook, which before the war I used to own a restaurant. I even had my own TV show, Bruno's Cuisine. I'm sure you've seen it. I visited beautiful places where I was filmed cooking exquisite dishes. All that seems of no importance now, do you think? Nowadays, you're lucky to get your hands on some canned meat or a bag of rice. And who knows how long this war's going to last. So he's actually a smoker. And I think they get depressed if they don't smoke for long enough. So we might want to consider bringing back some cigarettes if we find some for him. But it is a lower priority. So we can make cooked food or we can make more food. So we can make 1 food for 1 piece of meat, 3 water and 1 fuel. Or we can make 2 for 1 meat, 1 vegetable, 5 which makes it more efficient, and 2 which is also more efficient, I believe. So we're actually going to make cooked food DOS. And we'll get him to make that. We'll have Marco come down here. You're not hungry, so you're going to get out, actually. And Marco is going to build us. We need a metal workshop and we need the rainwater collector. We have 10 water. So I think the metal workshop to make a crowbar is probably what we want to do first. Can we not put it there? See, this is where efficiency and space management's probably best. We'll stick it there, because then we can have a bed here in future. And you can make the rainwater collector. Oh, we're out of components. Oh, damn. That sucks. That really does suck. Do we need a radio then? Well, if we need components, then we'll just prioritize components. So I'll get him to make a radio, because a radio is always useful. We can't put it there, apparently. Where can it go? Stick it in here, maybe? Alright, it'll light up if we can put it in a place. We'll stick it there, then. And you can go make that. So, Bruno gets to eat. And our scavenger can eat as well. I've just sent you to sleep, but I shouldn't do that, actually. You're the one. You should eat and then go to bed, because you'll be out at night. And then Bruno can make one food for Pavel. Yeah. What does the radio say, Pavel? The rebel leader instructed us to warn the listeners not to cross the front line. Failure to comply could result in death. Let's have a look. Despite desperate counterattacks by the rebels trying to lift the siege of Pogoren, the city remains cut off. Government forces do not allow any aid to reach the city, claiming it would end up in rebel hands. And then music's playing. And yeah, we've had that one. Some classical music plays. The upcoming days should still be nice and warm, perfect for a stroll in the park. And that looks like it's it. Okay. So we don't have to worry about temperature at all, but in future we'll have to make ourselves a heater. So we're going to make one basic food. It's a little bit of a waste, but we don't have vegetables, and our friend over there is quite hungry. So we're going to have him eat. And that's everybody fed. Oh, Bruno, see if you can make a crowbar for us. Crowbar would be great. We need more components. Oh, crap. Components, components, components. Right, okay then. So that means that we can't really do much. Actually, you can go do that. Apparently we didn't finish that, and there's some stuff in here. So maybe that might be all we need. And that was locked, wasn't it? Just go check that door for us. I'm pretty sure it was locked though, otherwise we'd have found it. So Marco's tired. You're slightly sick and tired, so we kind of need medicine. And Pavel's perfectly fine, yeah. So Bruno's going to be the one who sleeps, and Pavel will be on guard. If you're not on guard, by the way, you stand a chance of being raided, and you end up losing some of your materials, which we can't really afford to have happen. Let's just check what we need before we go out. Because we want a water purifier. We need 15 and we have 2. Okay. So we need 13 for that. 13 components. And for a crowbar, we need 8. Okay. So we need 20 plus components. I'm just going to write that down here because otherwise I'll forget. 20 plus components. Cool. Right. So we know what we're going for. And we want to find as much stuff as possible. What's our current situation with everything else? 7 water. Water you need to feed yourself. It's not so much drinking water, I don't think. but it is involved in the cooking process, so we can't eat without water for the most part. Which is why we need it, and we'll need it a lot. Okay, so our friend Pavel here, in fact we'll get Bruno over here so that he can, so he can help out. No, Pavel, you keep going. Because you're going to go search this one, hopefully, if that door's not locked. And you're going to go search this one. And hopefully we find something nice. Maybe even the components we need to buy, make a crowbar. A lockpick. A lockpick's good. And more food and some electrical parts. Okay, so Bruno, can you make a crowbar? In fact, Bruno can sleep and Marco can be the one who looks. We can make a crowbar. Okay. So we want to make that then. Pavel, you can just chill in the chair. So hopefully Bruno can actually recover from his sickness by the end of the night, if we leave him sleeping. That's the plan anyway. I'm assuming we don't have enough for a water purifier on top of what we've got. No. But we should still get components, because we can make a moonshine still. And moonshine we can start selling to people who turn up at our door. In fact, do we want to... Yeah, there's more things to do up there, so if we get you to go break that open. I believe lockpicks are a one-time use, but they're silent, whereas the crowbar is a loud way of getting in, and it's a much more durable way of doing it. As far as I'm aware, anyway, that's the case. Okay. We'll start getting you... Oops, wrong person. Start getting you to clear it. You come down here and use the crowbar. When we're at home, the crowbar's universal, by the way. Everybody has the crowbar, so I don't have to pass it off or equip it to anyone. Hopefully the crowbar doesn't have a durability. Let me just check. Oh, it does. Ooh. Maybe we should have used the lockpick then. I'm not sure, we'll see. But at least we've accessed every part of the house now. So there is that. And we can start making lockpicks for the thing. We were about halfway on our crowbar, so we should be perfectly fine when we go out and scavenge with it. Okay, I'll speed this up, guys. Actually, the day is nearly over anyway. Some of these jobs will carry on over anyway, so we're all good. Yeah, it looks like we're off out scavenging now. Come on, finish. Ah, that sucks. Right, Bruno, since you're the only one who requires any kind of recovery, you're going to go there, and then we're going to have Marco be our scavenger and Pavel on guard, and that should be it. Let's make sure to bring the crowbar with us. It's going to take up a slot, but it does allow us to access more areas, which may get us some more materials. So let's go then. And since we've created the pile that's over here, we shouldn't have to do much more work. So let's open this up. Make our way inside of the chest of mysteries. Here we go. What's in? What's up, Doc? Medicine. Medicine's good. And jewellery and some bullets. A lot of these are luxury items and for later in the game, so I'm just going to leave them there for now. We want that medicine though. Medicine's always important. And then let's break our way in here. Love the art style of this game. It's so bleak. Perfectly fits the situation. Right, let's go back to front, I suppose. Since it's quicker. In the rubble we find lots of components. Fantastic, that's what we need. We only really need components. And bandages to dress wounds and herbal medicine. Cool. And some more gun parts and fertilizer. A lot of that luxury and odd, weird ingredients that we don't quite need just yet. So a lot of this stuff we don't have a use for right now. Can this stack up? It can. Right. Let's take the jewellery. So we can sell that if someone turns up. And in fact, we're actually going to do what we were doing previously, and we're going to start moving everything to the front again. We have plenty of time to do it, so best make the most of our time. We can defend ourselves with a crowbar now as well, if you haven't noticed. So everything but the crowbar, and then we'll collect our resources later, towards the end of the night. So get on up. Oh, we've explored that area, of course. So we've actually almost finished clearing out this entire area. It's just a matter of turning up and taking it all. Grab all that. So we can bear that in mind, to be honest. That we don't have to do much work in order to get everything from this place. But in future that's going to be a little bit more difficult, I'd imagine. Grab all that and then go up here. Faster! Faster, Marco! We're about halfway through our night now, but we've done everything we needed to do anyway. So grab all that, move over here, and now we have all of our materials right at the front door, which is fantastic. So there was no back entrance, was there? No. Right. Well, in that case, let's start figuring out what we want to take and leave behind. So let's empty it all out. Okay. So we want the medicine. We want as many components as we can take. Components is something we really needed. 4, 8, 16. Yep. That should do. Let's take a stack of electrical parts. We don't want to take the one electrical part. I think that's a bit of a waste. Some quality roll-ups for Bruno, maybe? No, let's take some wood. And then take another stack of components. I think that's all we really need. Medicine if we get sick. Roll-ups are just... They're a luxury item that makes us happy, and we aren't dealing with unhappiness right now. We don't need gunpowder because we can't make bullets. We don't need a gun because we can't make guns. We can technically repair the broken pistol. I think, anyway. Broken pistol and weapon parts allows you to repair your pistol. And we can use that to defend ourselves while Marco's out scavenging. But for now, we just want to build up our base and make sure during the daytime we've got plenty to do. So, without further ado, let's just head back. And that is going to do it for this episode, I believe. Let's return home. For the 3rd day. So did anything happen while we're gone? Here's your meds, I hope they were worth it. They should be. No one's sick anymore though. So we got 32 components, 4 electrical components and 8 wood, which is going to allow us to do a lot of stuff. But we're going to leave it there for the episode. So if you've enjoyed the content, then be sure to leave a like. If you've loved the content, then be sure to subscribe. And if you're not quite sure, stay for the end card, see the rest of the content I've got to offer. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.